Tzedakah, my dear friends, yes, we gave yesterday, we gave Yitin, Yachzev, Yitin, we should continuously give, and as we always know, we don't give, we receive. And let's receive the ultimate blessing, guarded tzedakah, which is the imminent redemption with Mashiach. Now, we spoke in the beginning of the week a few times about the importance of the names, the Jewish names. In fact, our sages tell us that what kept the Jews being Jewish, their identity, although they were slaves for so many years, but the fact that they didn't change their names, they didn't change their clothing, they kept their style of garment and their language, they kept on speaking Hebrew. In other words, certain things which seems to be trivial in Judaism. There is no biblical obligation to keep a Jewish name. There is no biblical obligation to speak Hebrew. There is no biblical obligation to wear a kapot, a black jacket. You can wear jeans, especially in today's style, if it's tall. Now, yet, this is what kept their identity. Let me share with you a fascinating little story, just to indicate the importance of those traditions. Obviously, in addition to the actual mitzvahs that we must perform. A fellow Chassid by the name of Rabbi Zushe came from Russia with his large family, moved to Detroit, and got himself a job as a teacher in a Hebrew school. Now, he is coming straight from Russia, doesn't know the American mentality. He knows you teach Judaism, start from the basics. And little children, what is he teaching them? Code of Jewish law, and he start teaching them the day. Start with Modani, the recital of the morning as soon as you wake up, thanking God for giving us life, a new lease on life for another day. And he goes on with all the laws, washing the hands and how to get dressed. Among the things that he shares with the children is that when you put on your shoes, first you put on your right shoe and then your left shoe. The same thing as when you get dressed, you put on your shirt, you put on first the right sleeve and then the left sleeve, because the Jew starts everything with the right. Right represents chesed, kindness. Left represents severity. So we do everything with the right, except for tying the shoelace, as an example. We do the left first and then the right. The reason? Out of respect for the tefillin that we tie in the left hand. So whenever it comes to tying, we tie the left foot first, or if you have to button your shirt, first we button the left button and then the right button, again to show respect for the tefillin. Child comes home. No, my son, what did you learn in school today, in Hebrew school? That we have to tie the left shoe first. Father is incensed. This is what I'm sending you to school. This is the Jewish education you're supposed to get, for which I'm spending so much money. He becomes furious. He comes to the principal, and he happens to be a very strong financial supporter of that school, and tells the principal in uncertain terms, if you keep this teacher, count me out. Take my child out of school, forget my support. This is not what I expect for my child to go to Hebrew school for. Being who he is, Rabbi Zushe is fired. Fast forward 25 years. Rabbi Zushe is in Oak Park in Detroit. Home, somebody rings the bell. Person walks in. Are you Rabbi Zushe? Says yes. And he takes out a big wad of cash, and says, Rabbi, this is for you, and I ask you my forgiveness. I need to apologize. Don't know who you are. I don't know what you have to apologize for. Do you remember 25 years ago you were fired from Hebrew school, and maybe you don't know, but I was the one who caused that. Now I want to tell you what happened. Unfortunately, my son left Judaism completely. Whatever we said was irrelevant, to the point that he was going to get married a non-Jewish girl in a church. As he's walking up the stairs to the church to get married, he suddenly realizes that his shoelace is open. Afraid to trip, he bends down, ties his shoelace, and suddenly he has a flashback. But I'm a Jewish boy. And he reminded himself what you taught him in school. And he ran away. He came back home and canceled that wedding. So, Rabbi, I owe you an apology, and please forgive me, and here is something to make up for having lost your job.